What a delight to continue the conversation with Joe Amaral, who has just produced a story in the stars, and we want to make it available to you on 100 Huntley Street this month. Joe, we're involved in a lot of questions here for you, setting the stage. Okay, so there are 12 signs of the zodiac.
That's right.
And then there are 48 constellations.
Yeah.
So what are we seeing in the stars these days? Let's just talk, let me grab a couple of them. Virgo and Libra. What's happening as you see biblical relevance to these signs?
Yeah. Well, those are the first two in the set of 12. And I think we need to explain, because we say we have 12 signs, but we have 48 constellations. How do we get to that number? There are 12 main signs, one for every month of the year. Okay, so those are called zodiacs. And by the way, zodiac in Greek is zodiakos, and it simply means to move in a circular motion. That's all. There's no creepy, freaky.
There's no evil intent.
No.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, and God said in Job, he says, can you cause the constellations to move in their patterns? He's simply saying, can you make them go in circles? No, I can't. I created the universe. Right. So we have these 12 main signs. And under each sign, we have 3 sub-signs called decans. Okay, because deca means 10. They're within 10 degrees of the original sign. And there's 3 for every one, which is 36 times, right? So you get 12 main signs and 36 sub-signs. You put them all together, you end up with 48. And each of the 3, they tie into the main sign. So you look at Virgo and it says one thing, and the 3 sub-signs strengthen the message, strengthen the power. It's like God gives you the main point, and then he fills in the story. So Virgo is absolutely fascinating. She's the only female sign in the original set of 12. So when John says he looked up and he saw a woman in the sky, we know right away he's talking about Virgo.
Really?
And I never would have thought of that before. But God literally showed me in a dream this woman in the skies with a dragon beside her. And I said, a woman, a dragon? What in the world is going on? And when I came to the realization, they were actual constellations. And that story fits so beautifully about the birth of Jesus, I started looking at more. So Virgo then is the only female in the 12 signs, and she's holding a branch in her right hand. And it's powerful because whether it's the Babylonian, the Chinese, the Hebrews, whoever it was, they might have different names for her in their original language, but they all have the same image of her holding a branch. And we know 4 times at least in the Old Testament, God is referred to as the branch, the great branch, the coming king, the one with all dominion. And so Virgo, which means virgin in Greek, parthenos, and then we get a process called parthenogenesis, which means to produce without fertilization. It means to be born from a virgin. And so here we have this virgin giving birth to God. You're like, come on, that can't be coincidental. That can't be accidental. Yeah. Right in the very first one. And then we move on quickly, I know, to Libra, which is a sign of scales. And we think, why would God put scales in the sign? Not scales as in a disease, but scales as in the weights, things that balance. Because the Bible says we've been weighed and we've been found wanting. We can't pay the price on our own. We can never have our good deeds outdo our bad deeds. Our inclination is evil. One needs to come to atone for our sins, to balance, and tip the scales in our favor, as it were. So as you look up into the night sky and you see those scales, you remember one has to come on my behalf and pay the price.
There are stories in the stars.
Yeah, there's 48 of them at least.
Here we go, Story in the Stars. This is our offer to you this month. Joe, this is great work, fascinating conversations, and we're grateful.
Thank you.
And thank you.